Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, heading back out here, the 305 and the disc. Got some of that joint weed I want to take and see if I can kind of disc it down. So we're heading back to the field here and we'll see what happens. In fact, right there is a good example. You see that? All that what I call joint weed? That's actually at the end of our waterway right there in that field. And we've actually let that grow because what it does is as the water comes out of the field, it helps slow it down. That way you don't get a bunch of erosion. So right there, it don't work too bad. We just keep about a 2-foot channel open up with the backhoe, and it's not too bad. However, I'm heading back here to another field where it's actually right on the edge of a gravel road, and it's growing out into the field. And so I want to take and see if I can kind of beat it back with the disc. When we were chisel plowing, I was going to take and hit it with the chisel plow. Well, then I forgot to, because I found out with the chisel plow, it's actually the easiest way to help control that stuff. If you can rip it up with the chisel, it helps kill it. And so, yeah, if anybody knows how to kill that stuff, let me know down in the comments. We've tried brush killer, all kinds of stuff, and nothing seems to work. Get the wings going down here. In fact, actually on this disc, I found out the one cylinder, yeah, you maybe able to kind of see how dirty it is. It's leaking, and so what we're wanting to do is we want to take and just like we did on our corn ground, well, what will be corn ground 2024, on our bean ground, we want to take and work it also. So as soon as we're done working the bean ground, I want to take and pop that cylinder off and rebuild it, just like I did on the crumbler. So another job that add to the list. So let's head back over here and I'll show you what's happening. Coming up along the edge here, we got a little bit of woods right here on the corner of the field. That's just a big old sand hill. And it comes along here, that's the road going up there, because that's just like a great big sand hill bank. In fact, that big old green thing over there, in fact, I think I've shown this on my channel in years past, but somebody threw what looks like, it's either like a big old bathtub or some kind of like an old jacuzzi. It's still sitting over there. I just saw a big old rabbit jump up underneath the thing. So if anybody needs a big old tub, the price is right, you can have it. So, but right down along through here, you can see how it's kind of getting growed out here a little bit. And you can also see that joint weed. Oh, right there's a patch of it. I'm coming up to it. Right there. And like I say, that stuff is extremely aggressive, and it doesn't seem to matter what we spray it with. Nothing seems to affect it hardly. So I'm going to be going up and down through here. Like I say, I was planning on hitting it with the chisel plow, but then I forgot all about it, and I don't want to put the chisel back on just to hit this spot right here along the road. So I'm going to go up over top of the sand hill, and then got more on down here along the road right here. Yeah, there we are. You see how thick that junk is? I hate that stuff. So the disc is taking it down halfway decent. Maybe I'll put you out there on the wing. However, I gotta be careful I don't reach up and knock my GoPro down. I end up disking right over top of my GoPro. That wouldn't be very good. Got a ball of something plugging up right there. Oh, like a bunch of vines or something. Well, I kicked up an old cat. He jumped out of the bushes. I guess that's one way to interrupt a morning nap. Or I guess in his case, a cat nap. There he goes, walking down on the edge of the road. The old flea ball. I'll get turned around and re-hit this again. I don't know if you can see him on camera very well. There he goes. Well, he jumped right back down where I'm going to be going back through again. He don't learn too well. Almost looks like a multi-flower rose bush right there. I'm kicking the quail out of that stuff. I saw some. Right there went another one. If you just saw that kick up on camera, that's a quail. There's a CRP strip right across the road over there, and that old sand up on top of that sand hill. They got that all in. They got that all in some CRP. And last fall, picking corn here, oh, I kicked up a lot of pheasants and a lot of quail out of the cornfield. Just jumped out here, wanted to show you right quick, give you a close-up look at this stuff. Yeah, you see how it's all in like joints? And if you pull right there, that I've worked that one up. I can pull the whole thing out of the ground. Right there, it pops apart pretty easy. It pops apart at each one of them joints. Come on, like that. You can just keep popping it apart. And so, yeah, like I say, it's got a really thick root mat. And so, keep hitting it with the disc here, and we'll see what happens. Well, that's got that beat back halfway decent. Kind of hard to see down through there, but it's not as good as what the disc chisel does, but it's better than nothing. So now I'm gonna head on down here. There's another patch on down here along beside the road. We'll see what that works up very good there. This here is actually one of our no-till fields, because this field here has got a lot of muck in it. And so we actually run this no-till. And that's why I'm actually disking this now. That way it can get some rain on it before we actually plant soybeans. And it'll help to take and settle this muck back down. Now, Unlike a lot of other muck where you got a real high water table, this doesn't have that. It's muck about the first foot on top. It's got a lot of white and gray sand down beneath it. And so that's why we run all no-till. Wasn't planning on working this whole section here along beside the road. However, right there's a big patch of that hemlock. And I don't know if anybody else has that, but in this area, that stuff's gotten very aggressive also. So I was taking disc right down through here, and that'll help keep that beat back too. The problem with that hemlock is it's got nothing else can compete against it. It's my understanding that it kind of like leaches an acid out into the ground from the roots and will basically kill anything else that's right around it. So it just keeps spreading and just keeps killing back whatever's growing next to it. Now you can control that if, no, I've used a 2,4-D. Now that'll definitely clean it up good. Well, that's got this project done. And like I say, it beat that joint weed back pretty decent. Go down here and take a quick look at it. This patch here isn't near as big as the patch on the south end of the field. But yeah, that helped rip that up and work pretty good. Now this is a little bit kind of sticky yet, so wouldn't have wanted any wetter. However, unlike clay, this muck is kind of a different animal. Clay, you work like this, so you'll end up with a brick. However, this muck, it'll be loose and fluffy just like that when it dries out. But that's why I want to get back here and work this down. That way we can get some rain onto it before we come through doing no-till beans. Well, getting it folded up, I'm gonna head back up the shed. My next project is I've got to get the depth control on all 3 discs adjusted, because now we want to start working our what will be 2024 soybean ground. And of course that's all been disc chiseled last fall, so I've got to take and set the disc out just a little bit because they're going too deep for the chisel plow ground. So we'll get started on that project. Well, getting ready to head out here with the 33-foot disc on the 4955. Before I get it fired up, let me sit you guys right there. Want to go ahead, there we go, and get the depth control changed. Okay, come on, we'll see what that does. Getting the disc unfolded up here. That setting you saw me put the depth control at, if I remember right, I'm pretty sure that's where we've run it at before for chisel ground. So we'll see how things work here. Alrighty, we're rolling. just got back here to the shed, the 49. I've got that disc set ready to go. Now we're going to get the 48, and we'll go out here and we'll get it set on depth control for disc chisel ground. I may go ahead and do it right now. And we'll get unfolded right here. Of course, you saw my video with the hydraulic multiplier, so we're going to trip that switch back like that. And now we're ready to put the disc wings down. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, we're rolling with the 30-foot. The one thing this 30-foot disc has that I wish both of the 33-foot disc had, it's got 22-inch blades. And I wish the 33-foot disc had 22s. I've checked it out, but a 22-inch blade won't fit on the 33s because of the scraper bars are right in the way. This here is designed a little bit different. I'm back here in the red tractor. Dad's over there. I can't really see him too well, but he's over there at the 4955. And our landlord, he's over there in the 4840. I've got both those discs set and ready to go. Now I gotta get the depth control on this one here set. And yeah, I've got that right there's a rebuild project I gotta get done, that cylinder. Let's see here. Okay, going to raise that up one set of holes. I should have that side. Depth control is set, we're off and running. Yeah, right there's Dad. The old 49. Well, I went from running the red tractor to welding. Sure enough, I didn't have time to grab the camera and do any videoing, but this piece right here actually broke. That's just a big angle, like a 90-degree angle. It comes over here, then comes down. Right across there, it broke, now kind of down here on an angle. And so I took and I came back over here to the shed, welded this here all back on, ground it all out, and then I put another piece of angle right into that to help beef it up. Let me see if I can get my light turned on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, right there's the back side. Yeah, you can see the angle of that weld. That was the angle of the brake. So, always something. But hopefully we're good to go. I just got to put this bolt in. We'll be ready to roll again. This here is on the 4840 and the 30-foot disc. All right, it's the next day. Back in the red tractor. Right there's the 4840, and so far the 30-foot disc is running good after I welded all that up. So I think we're good to go. For now. Until something else breaks. Wait and see. Alright guys, I'm going to call this an end of the video. So, but we made quite a bit of headway today. Got, no, I had to figure it up, but at least 200 acres worked up, and we didn't even put in a very big day, but with 3 discs running and being able to do 40 acres an hour, that makes it nice. So anyway, hey, take care, thanks a lot for watching, we'll see you next time.